Yo, people, what's going on? It's Eagle Talks Football, and we're back again with another video. And we're just going to be talking about the lead up to the game against Etihad, everything that happened over the last couple of games. We've drawn three successive games, so we're kind of in a bad state going into this big title decider at the Etihad Stadium and we have to break the curse. It's been what, 12 years? We talked about Liverpool's curse. This is even worse. I think it's 12 years since we last beat Manchester City at the Etihad, and we also have an update on Xhaka. I think Xhaka is going to be available. And the bad news that William Saliba will most likely be missing this game and potentially could miss the remainder of the season. But today I got an astute panel for you guys. Make sure you do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and especially if you're watching on the playback, please do hit that like button. Shout out to everyone that's jumping over from the terrace also. But we got my boy Babs in the building. Babs, how you doing? Since summer we haven't spoken, man. How you doing, man?
All blessed, bro. All blessed, and looking forward to Wednesday.
No, man. Nice to see you, man. And you're looking healthy, my guy. Doing great things. I love it. Keep doing your
Appreciate that.
thing, man. And then we got my guy Kunle. Kunle just linked up on the weekend. My guy, how you doing, bro?
My G. Oh, yeah, now, my people, my people. It's your dark skinned man from the motherland. If you didn't know before, tonight you got to understand. Big up the panel, big up the followers, smash the like button. Eagle, my guy. Quick link up on the weekend. We go again, bro.
Let's
Wednesday
get it.
night. Let's go.
Let's get it. And we got Sam in the house. Sam, how you doing?
Good, thank you. Good to be back.
There you go. You know what? Quite somber mood around the Arsenal fan base. Everyone's kind of sad. Everyone's kind of defeated. But the first question I have to you guys is, surely we cannot play with the same lineup that we played over the last three games. That's where I want to start, because I feel like we all know what happened against Southampton. We drew 3-3. We know what happened against West Ham. We drew 2-2. We know what happened against Liverpool. We drew 2-2. I'm not going to get into the semantics of every single game, but it's just, surely we cannot set up the same way for the fourth game running. Do you guys agree, or what do you guys think? I'll start with you, Babs.
Yeah, I think he'll change it. I think he'll either go to a back three, go pragmatic and try to get a result, or he might go, Partey right back, Jorginho midfield. And I can see that working as well. Ultimately, Arsenal need to eliminate weaknesses, and having Holding there is a weak link, with all due respect, in terms of you can get him, he can make a mistake. And I think Arsenal needs to just get him out of the team for this game. It's Man City. Play a different way, try to get the result, win the game, whether it's five at the back, counter-attacking part of the bus, get the result and get your season back on track.
All right, what are you saying, Kunle?
First of all, what's the news on Xhaka? Is he available?
Xhaka should be back, if I'm not mistaken. Have you guys heard anything different? Because I heard Xhaka should be good. I just heard Saliba is the one that's going to be missing 100%.
To be honest, I don't even think we've had the same lineup for the last three matches anyway. So I see the only difference I see is Xhaka in the side for Fabio. I'm not calling him his last name until he earns it. But yeah, as long as he does that, I don't think there's anything wrong with the setup of players. It's the mentality right now. We need to just get our mentality right. So if that's right, then anything can happen. I don't see us leaving the Etihad with nothing. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, big up Babs for jumping on. Big up everyone for jumping on. Sam, what about you? What are you saying? You think he changes it up? And also, am I mistaken? Did he not play a similar lineup in every team? Maybe I should be more specific. Rob Holding, is he going to change up Rob Holding, or is he going to keep Rob Holding? Because I seen you guys know Arsenal Vision podcast. They changed the name of their podcast after we drew against Southampton to "We're Holding On," no pun intended. So I'm like, surely we got to change it around. We can't play with Holding. What are you saying, Sam?
My thing is, I don't think he's going to change the back four, because Holding is he's the only experienced CB that we have. And we're going into a game that is a title deciding game, and you want to mix up the back four. If that back four,
Ben White could maybe slot in. I don't agree, but maybe.
What happens? You want to put Partey at right back? I mean, that was an experiment for like 2 minutes the last time that happened, and it doesn't mean that it's going to work, but it could work. Whatever Arteta does and mixes up, it has to work. That's it. It has to work. And for it to work as well, he's got to start Trossard. I don't know who goes, but he's got to start. He has to start that game.
I'm not against that,
I think Trossard has to start too. I agree there, but only because it's not. Don't you think the familiarity that they've had with Jesus? Do you think that would come to our benefit, or do you think that would hinder us? Because they already know they know Jesus very well. They know they played with him last year. Pep knows him. The defenders know him. Do you think that would hinder us, or do you think that would help us in this kind of situation? I'll go to you, Babs. What are you saying?
I don't think it'd hinder us, but I would say that this game's going to be limited opportunities. You'll get one chance, two chances, and you got to take them. And Trossard's more clinical. I know he's only scored one goal, but he hasn't had that many chances. But ultimately, Arsenal's attackers are clinical in terms of, apart from Jesus, Martinelli scores goals quite a lot. Saka scores goals as well. It's about getting the chances to the right players because they will score, and more importantly, just not make mistakes. You know, the games against West Ham, Liverpool were playing perfectly fine football, then made mistakes, got arrogant, got cocky, and that's where we lost it. If we can go a game without making a mistake, why can't we get a win?
And Babs is spot on about that, to be honest, because what's annoyed me the most about this season is probably 95% of the goals we concede are stupid goals. Like we didn't even force the team to play and make us work for it. We just gifting goals, like against West Ham, couple of times against Southampton. It's just been the trend. We make mistakes against City at the Emirates. We were on top of them, and then we gave away a stupid mistake. As Bav says, if we can just iron out for 90 minutes, no mistakes, and if City then beat us, no worries. At least we gave it a shot. But let's just go 90 minutes, no red cards, no mistakes, no stupid back passes, no madness from Aaron Ramsdale. Let's just go toe to toe with Manchester City. I believe we are the only team that can do it in the league. So why not? We need to watch Fever Pitch. We need to watch the Invincible run. We need to have Wenger come and give a team talk. I don't know what these type of, but wait, we need to win that game.
But they've already brought in the heavy artillery. Henry came. Sol Campbell came. Who else do you need to give this team momentum and mentality?
Wenger might come in to sprinkle a little bit of,
Listen, I just think the players need the belief. What these guys need to realize is we've done it before. As a club, we've been able to do it before. We went to Anfield, we won the league. We went to Old Trafford, won the league. We went to all these other places, we won the league. What's stopping us from going to Etihad and having the mentality that we can come out of there and potentially win the league? Because you guys know there's only 3 results you can have in football: either a win, a draw, and a loss. And the percentages of us coming out of there with a win is still 50-50. The percentage of us coming out of there with a draw is like 60-40. But if we lose, it's pretty much 80% theirs. It's done at that point almost.
What do you mean it's 80? It's done. It's all over.
It's done. If we lose, it's
yeah, I'm just giving you guys the up to stats of what they say. You know what I mean? So It is very likely that they go on to win it if they win. So we have to do the unthinkable. A lot of people don't believe we can do it, but we can't go in that game with the disbelief. I think personally, if we can find a way to field the team, I would go with a back 3. I don't know about you guys. I would say Mikel Arteta would have to change the whole system. Either go with a back 3 or play somebody else in right back and put Ben White in.
A back 3. Are you really sure about that one?
Because we're gonna have to outscore City in a game where we're gonna have to outscore them. We're not gonna defensively stop them. We're not gonna defend with our life and keep them from scoring and win 1-0. I don't think it's gonna be that kind of game.
Are you trying to get us a 6-1 like Tottenham got the other day?
Okay, what are you guys saying? What are you guys saying?
They played back 4, to be fair.
Yeah, but in terms of they changed their tactic in such a big game away from home, I just think it's too much of a risk. I hear what you're saying.
Crazy in the weekend and play like a 3.
He does it all the time.
Yeah, but it's Pep. You know what I'm saying? It's Pep. He gets bored in football. He just says, "Let's try this. Let's try that." You know, Pep, man. He gets bored, bro.
Bro, my concern here aren't tactics, man. It really isn't. Mikel Arteta is more than tactically good enough to do the right things. It's just about the players not making mistakes. Do the fundamentals.
Yes,
do the basics right, and I think Arsenal have every chance. Because when you've got Arsenal score goals, even in our last 3 games, we've scored goals. So we're going to score goals and this can make chances in this game. It's more about can we keep the defense, do the basics right. And if we can do that, we've got a very good chance of getting something.
So you don't believe that you don't believe that changing the formation or changing the personnel is not a big focus?
No, you can do it. You can do, but as I said, it's all about that just fundamental thing of if you can keep yourself in the game, not make any silly errors. Because Man City, we saw it against Arsenal at the Emirates. We gave them a goal for tomiyasu, and that killed the game. We need to learn from that now. Because look, against City twice a season, at the Etihad and at the Emirates, it was close games. Gun to gun, we're going close games. And even at the game of the Emirates, Arsenal took over a stage. It was 1-1. It felt like a momentum was on our side. Made mistakes again. Learn from the mistakes. Don't make those mistakes. Because big games, you can't make mistakes. Not when you're up against a robot like Erling Haaland.
Also, with that, I feel like, obviously, the boys know that there's pressure. And when there's pressure applied, these lot tend to lose their heads very quickly. See last season with the Spurs away game, as soon as they scored, the momentum was dead. If we don't keep up the intensity with City and go toe-to-toe, we're gonna lose it, especially if they score first. That's what we need to.
This is.
I don't know. We
To be honest,
need to just.
Wednesday night will let us know really, because you know how people talked about we've had so many tests throughout the season. I was hearing that, but let's be honest, the tests really come in April and May. April and May is when the tests come, when the full pressure is on. So Wednesday night is going to let us know if this team has really mentally grown. Obviously, on the pitch, football-wise, our football's improved from last season. That's evident. But mentally, in the big moments, in the intense moments, I said after the City game at the Emirates, I said the next time we're going to see if this team are ready to win the league is if we're in touch and distance of City come to the Etihad game and we can go there and win. And if we go there and win, boy, but like, I don't know, the team talk just needs to be on top just to get these guys right. And I believe Zinchenko and Jesus are going to play a big part in this game. Jesus, I wouldn't mind Trossard starting. As long as Fabio is nowhere near the pitch on Wednesday night, I'm good. If
But
Xhaka's back, even better.
Is Fabio Vieira the issue? Because we know Xhaka's going to
Fabio
start.
is not the problem. He's not
not the problem. Because Xhaka's going to start.
Okay, good.
but he's still not the problem.
He was one of the major problems on Friday night, though.
I thought
Partey
was an issue. I don't know about you guys. I rate Partey. I love Partey. I've been backing in his corner over Casemiro and everybody else this whole season, but he's really letting us down in the business end of the season. And this is probably one of the reasons why Mikel Arteta wants Declan Rice and these other guys to come in, because Thomas Partey at times, maybe it's fatigue, maybe it's something, but I don't know. His just performances are not up to scratch at this moment in time, and that's probably where you guys were going with it. Am I wrong?
Was he in the lineup at the home game? He wasn't, was he?
No,
yes, he was.
Jorginho.
No, Jorginho.
Oh no! Remember, he got injured or something happened where he just.
Yeah, I was trying to remember if he was there or not.
Jorginho came in and he was fantastic.
Do you know what? I wouldn't even mind Jorginho starting.
I think he'll start.
Do you play right back? Who plays right back?
I think that's what's going to happen. I'll tell you why as well. I think Partey, his poor performances in the middle is one of the reasons why Mikel Arteta might take him out of the centre of the pitch. Because that is so important. You can't lose the ball there. And also, when you lost Saliba, I think he's made the most Arsenal passes. So you've lost one of your key players in terms of keeping the ball. You add in Jorginho, you replace Holding, you get that passing back in the game as well. Try to control the game. Look, we saw it against City at the Emirates. Jorginho put in a fantastic performance. He can turn up in these type of games. He's got experience as well, which is what Arsenal need. So if you're replacing Holding, you're putting experience into the team as well. I can see it happening.
But
so you're going with a back four?
Yeah, back four.
With Partey right back?
We don't play a back four normally. If you see how Arsenal play out of the back, it's a back three. It
don't.
turns into a three anyways, and it's two inverted midfielders.
Leave us very exposed, especially.
It does. But I'm trying to avoid mistakes, and I'm concerned that if City see Holding, they press Holding, he gives the ball away, then it's all over.
But what I get the benefit of Partey potentially playing right back is obviously he'll do the inverted thing, but the negative is we'll have two inverted.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to leave us exposed.
Yeah.
But what if Jorginho stays deeper, and then we have what do you call it? I don't know if you catch my drift here, but like if Jorginho was the one to be like a backup Holding,
drop to the back three,
drops back exactly. Then at least.
But we saw Partey do it though. He was doing it against Southampton, so clearly Arteta has seen something in that. I think it's a tactic. I think he can go for it. I don't think he'll start Holding, and if he does, I think he's asking for trouble.
This
one is difficult.
I need someone to just...
He did it against Crystal Palace. He did it against Crystal Palace. Did you guys watch the Crystal Palace game where second half, just when we're ending, when we're up like 4-0, he did play Partey there.
He did play Partey right back.
That might be
like 5 minutes.
Yeah, he's played right back for Atletico, but that was when he was a little bit more youthful and athletic. But now
the thing is, we know Mikel Arteta is not going to throw Walters in there. We know he's not going to throw Walters in there. So this is probably
that's too risky.
That's probably the best choice outside of throwing in a youngster, because we don't
never know. You could have the game of his life.
Some comedian said throw Reece Nelson there.
I said
wing
that,
back, right?
I was joking, Listen, at this point, I think Babs is right. He's probably not going to change the formation too much. That's the reality. He's probably not going to change the formation. But is it a lack of confidence at this point in the squad mentality people keep talking about, or is it just individual errors and individual mistakes?
There
I
is, bro.
don't think it's a lack of confidence. I think because the fact is, yeah, if we look at last season and this season,
Pick up that
the
one.
fact that we were even able to come back and even draw after that abysmal performance shows how much we've improved. The only thing that these players need now is just, I don't know, they just need to be like, F it, we've got this. We have to have this. This is the last dance, basically. Treat it as the last dance.
Do you
But
not
it's
mind?
not though, because I don't want
Nah,
people to have that mentality where this team, this is their last opportunity to win. This is just the beginning.
No, this is
we
it.
haven't
There
even,
you go. This
we
is it.
haven't even hit the peak of this team yet. This is what
Yeah.
did Arteta say? This is phase 2 or phase 3?
Phase 3.
There's
5.
still, there's
But
still
we'll
way
talk about
more.
all the phases end of the season, bro. Right here, right now, this is the last dance of Wednesday night, my guy.
Facts.
This is it. Winner takes all, bro.
I
Everything
don't
is
think
on the
so.
line.
I don't think so.
Mentality-wise, Babs. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe not points-wise, but the lift it will give to the team if we're able to go and win there. I don't think anyone's stopping us after that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Because if
That's
we
what I
win
mean.
this game, we win the rest of them.
Yeah. Like,
I don't think it's guaranteed.
in terms of your initial question, if it's nerves, I think up until the Southampton game, it was overconfidence. We thought we were too good. Like after we went 2-0 up, we kind of took our foot off the gas rather than going for the third, which led to nerves at the start of the Southampton game, and then you saw what happened there. So I don't know.
You think
man.
we can win 6 straight to secure the Premier League if we beat City?
Yes.
It's possible, yeah. But I don't think it's guaranteed when you got Newcastle away.
That's very, very unlikely.
Bruv, if we win at the Etihad, what's St James's Park, bruv? Are
No,
you
but
joking?
the point is, the Etihad, you respect Man City. With Arsenal and Newcastle, Arsenal will play their football and then gives Newcastle space to counter-attack. Those games are dangerous, man. We've seen that against Southampton now and against West Ham. Those games are the more dangerous ones than the big games because Arsenal turn up in the big games and do their thing.
I'm more worried about Chelsea. The way we performed against Southampton and then we let Theo Walcott running behind against us. If we're doing that against Chelsea and we have that mentality, it was only Chelsea. They're not doing anything all season. We can at the Emirates. We'll go there. We'll beat them comfortably. I'm worried about those kind of games where we already think before kickoff we've already won, and they might do something, and they might Chelsea. And it's kind of funny. Chelsea are playing on the same day which they played against Tottenham Hotspur when Leicester City won the league. So they might beat us, and then. So
don't do it down.
It's all coming together, man. I'm a bit worried, man.
You know
I'm
what?
a bit worried about all these games.
Just to deter away from the title race stuff for a second, just to maybe throw something else in there. Talking about Chelsea, Mason Mount to Arsenal. When you guys see that, I just feel like Mason Mount's linked to everybody. But do you honestly believe Mikel Arteta wants Mason Mount, or do you think it's just paper talk? Like, let me know. Because first of all, if Arteta wants him, I'm not going to question Arteta. I feel like there's so many signings that have come into this Arsenal team that I can't question. But Mason Mount has been linked a lot lately. Maybe there is some legs behind it, especially with Charles Watts saying it is. There could be some truth behind it. And I'm not totally against it like I was when we first were linked, only because I've seen Mikel Arteta turn water into wine. But yeah, Sam, you're going to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's paper talk, 1. 2, what is it that Mason Mount can do that Smith Rowe can't?
He's more established. Stay fit.
I mean, stay fit. I don't think it's a case of just being more established. I think that Smith Rowe has probably got a bit more in him than Mason Mount.
They're different players.
True, they're different players. But essentially, that's what I think Arteta's trying. If Arteta wants Mason Mount, he's going to want a similar kind of player to Smith Rowe, or if the fact that he wants him, it must be a case that he has more attributes than him, which I'm still a bit unsure as to what.
Okay, so what you're saying, Mason will come in to be Xhaka's replacement long term. Is that the
potentially? Yeah.
I don't like that personally, man. I think Mason Mount is just a hype. He had a good couple of years, and he's a workhorse. He will work massive in a Klopp system. I don't think in an Arteta system he suits as much. I'd rather go for like a Rice or a Caicedo personally that can do both roles in the centre midfield. So personally, Mason Mount, no, not for me.
Okay.
Bro.
What are you saying, Babs, on Mason Mount?
I can see why Arsenal would want him, but we're not going to sign him because Liverpool will be bigger favourites. They will need him more than Arsenal do. But I can see potential in this team. I think what Mount needs is like a design system for him, just like a role. You just do this and do that. not like get the ball and be freedom and that. Just have a basic role, get the ball into the box, and play to his strengths kind of thing. And Arsenal have an elite system, and I think in that Mount's best time at Chelsea came with a top manager like Tuchel. I don't think it's a surprise. Was it 11 goals, 10 assists last season? So he can produce some top performances, and Champions League final assist. So he can produce some top games as well. But I think he's got Liverpool, so I don't think it's worth it.
Okay. Does ESR have a part to play in this title race? Do you think that would?
That's my guy, man. Oh, I want to be involved so bad.
Yeah, I'm surprised why he didn't make an appearance against Southampton or even starting ahead, because Fabio Vieira on that left side and midfield three. Yeah, something that he deserves to be on that right hand side. And if you're on that left hand side, you have to be, especially if you're left footed. And he's only 1 footed. He hasn't got a right foot. So Smith Rowe, I'm surprised he hasn't played any part for the last couple of games. And if Arteta's not going to play him in the games that we were comfortable in winning, I would deserve to win. Sorry, I don't think they're going to play him against Man City or Chelsea or Newcastle coming up. So I think that's probably one of the only time I'll see him play is Man City have already won that title, and it's one of them ones where it's like the last 2 games, 3 games where we've already got second position. City have already won the title, but for now I don't see him playing or playing the big part.
I hope he has a part to play, and I hope he does do well. But it's just unfortunate that we haven't been able to see a lot of Emil Smith Rowe, where he was one of our top goal scorers last season.
Yeah, joint top scorer, no? Last
season. We do miss another clinical player to come off the bench, but like Mikel Arteta,
he needs to learn from Nelson. When Nelson comes on, you can see he has a proper desire to make an impact. Smith Rowe is like, oh, keep it simple. I'll keep the ball. I want you to make an impact. Drive with the ball. Do what you do best.
Well, you said Reece is fighting for a contract, my guy, bro. He's clutching, bro. He's not trying. He's not trying to. Yeah, that
you
contract
see him track
was
back.
next
You see him track
levels.
back against. I
would give Reece Nelson the contract. I said it.
No,
after
you should
he
get it. 100%.
If he scores against City, yes. Till now, he's not getting the
from
contract
right
off his. I don't wherever he scores from, bro. If he scores, I'm gonna negotiate the contract terms myself for him. But boy, and one mistake we need to stop doing, which we were doing, I think 5 minutes ago in the show. We need to stop looking past the next game. I think our fan base and our players have kept looking past the current game. Everyone's been focused on when we play City for the last few weeks. So I don't want to focus about Chelsea, Newcastle, all them next games. Let's just handle the City situation.
Let me ask you this, and everyone in the comment section: can Arsenal break the curse? Because as I said earlier, we don't have Saliba. We will have Xhaka back, as reports are saying. And at this moment in time, we're going to be going to the Etihad with a team that has dropped points in 3 successive games. Do you feel like we can break the curse against City, or do you feel like we don't need to and we can just go out and play for a draw? Because for me, I still think we need to go and win, and we need to go with the mentality that we can win. Because the defeatist mentality I'm seeing from a lot of people is like you're letting the spirit of everything that happened over the last couple of games defeat us. And I don't think a point in the last 3 points in the last couple of games is going to end the title. What's going to end the title is if we go into these title games with no mentality that we can even win. That was taking us back to pre-Odegaard, pre-Ramsdale when we lost 5-0. I feel like that's the mentality some people have going into this game. We can't do that. But yeah, I'm going to throw it to the people in the comments. Let me know, can Arsenal break the curse? And I'll start with you, Kunle, because you said it first. Can we break the curse?
Boy, hey! I don't know. Please, I don't know. All I know is this, right? The players need to be really up for it. That last game we won at the Etihad, no one thought we'd go. If it was the 2-0 2016 Cazorla and Giroud, right? People wrote us off. I kind of like going into big games where people are writing us off because the expectation of Arsenal is a little bit less than we can go in there surprised. You know, our team, we're just mad. We did crazy. We love to do things that no one expects us to do. So I think it's possible. I think they have the ability to do it, but there's some things that need to happen in that game. No mistakes and getting the first goal. If we can do those 2 things, then we're definitely on the right track. But can we definitely do it? I mean, look at our record in the previous few years. I'd be stupid to be confident, but this is a different Arsenal, and we get a chance to see on Wednesday night how different they really are. Just throw it all in. Give everything for this game, guys. Like, oh man, the pressure's even getting to me. I'm feeling it now, bro. So I think we can do it, but will we do it? It depends on the night. Who's up for it? Who's not, man? I think Trossard needs to start in that game. I don't mind him starting alongside Partey in the middle of the park because he's a ball carrier. and we're probably going to need someone to carry the ball and to operate in tight spaces against this City side. So
There you go. Let me go to Dawood because I already know his answer. Dawood, what are you saying? You think we can beat Man City at the Etihad?
This is probably the biggest game of my life as an Arsenal fan. We've never been in a proper title race. I've been supporting Arsenal since 08, 07, probably even earlier than that. So it's like the crunch time. This is like the players never, except for two of them, the rest of them have never been in a title race. So it's like make or break. This is if they turn up, if they somehow win against Man City, this will be like I can't explain how I'm gonna feel if we beat Man City. But realistically speaking, that's why I have this mentality where I think we're gonna go there, we're gonna lose, because I know if I have the kind of little bit of hope that they might do something, I know I'm gonna have Arsenal. If Arsenal, the amount of heartbreaks Arsenal do, no girl should be able to do that many heartbreaks for a guy, because Arsenal do it to you every single month, or probably even twice a month. So it's like I've gone through so many different emotions with this club, loving them, heartbreak, absolutely flabbergasted of how we're performing. It's like the emotional like roller coaster they give you. They might do something against Man City on Wednesday. It might be one of them ones where they turn into prime Barcelona and we just somehow go there, we win, and it's like what happened the past 3 games doesn't matter anymore because we beat Man City, we've got that 7-point lead, and we can go in and win the rest of the games. But that's what my heart's saying. My head's saying we're going to go there. Erling Haaland's looking at Rob Holding in the face. He's going to be like, Rob Holding, this is going to be the worst 90 minutes you'll ever have. And he's going to go there, and then Kevin De Bruyne is going to turn up. They're going to have a fun time against us, and they're going to win 3-1. That's what my head's saying.
I don't even play Rob Holding personally. Based on the lineup that we spoke about earlier, we Rob Holding's out of the team, and you play Partey right back, and you put Jorginho in the midfield. And that's what we would do time added on. He's asking, do we take
Jorginho against Kevin De Bruyne, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, Rodri, and his recovery pace. Oh my, I think that's worse.
But City score their goals off pace, or do they score it off possession and holding on to possession and recycling? They don't really score off their pace. So is it really pace that we should be worried about, or it should be more trying to have control of the ball when we do get it? I don't know.
I wouldn't say pace is our problem because we have pacey wingers already.
So that means we're gonna have to change our style of play because we can't do man for man marking then against Man City. Because if Jorginho's man marking, I know, but if Jorginho's man marking against Kevin De Bruyne, we're losing that battle. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but he was fine in the Emirates, though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Etihad
he wasn't the problem, was it?
Etihad is completely different. I don't know something about Etihad and then playing away games. I can't judge.
But do you know what? I think as much as I'm not sure how I feel about Jorginho playing or not, but Arteta's kind of showed us what he feels about Jorginho. The fact he didn't start the last game. For me personally, I can't see him starting this game because, like, I'm struggling to believe he really wanted him because you lose Xhaka, the guy you brought in with experience that's seen these like European Championships and Champions Leagues through, is on the bench, and you bring on Teabag from Prison Break. Fabio Vieira. Sorry.
No, the different profiles. You can't play Jorginho as an 8. No chance.
No way.
Right.
He can't get into the box, can he? He tried to replace, and Xhaka is for Arsenal as a box to box. So who's more box to box, Fabio Vieira or Jorginho? Obviously, Fabio Vieira.
But look, Southampton are battlers scrapping for their lives. Like Fabio just not ready to scrap, bro. He's just got
he's not. But he's more of an attack midfielder than Jorginho, for sure.
For sure.
Listen, at this point, do we change the personnel? Do you guys keep the same personnel?
I'm saying you go crazy and go free at the back. Go crazy, go free at the back.
That's wild.
We said this before.
Etihad.
We said that before.
Yeah.
Back three.
Gabriel, Kiwior, and Ben White.
I don't think he's going to throw Kiwior in here. Because if he didn't throw Kiwior against Southampton, if he didn't throw Kiwior versus West Ham, what makes you think he's going to change it today?
Because Arteta, he knows. I don't know, man. This guy Arteta, he might just do something just to throw off Pep Guardiola. Because when he faces Pep Guardiola, he's always doing something different. So he might just say Kiwior, and he is rapid. Kiwior. I saw that recovery pace against Liverpool at Anfield. That guy is rapid. So if Erling Haaland's making them runs in the channels, just give it to my man Kiwior, and then he might just stay with him, and then we might do something. So play Reece Nelson right wing back, Ben White, Kiwior, and Gabriel back three.
You see, this is why we're not managers. And we're on YouTube.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? This is why we're not
let's just quickly do our team. We all know Zinchenko starts, right? No one's starting Kieran Tierney over Zinchenko in this game, right?
Arteta's not starting.
Yeah.
Arteta's not starting, but he should be starting. He should be starting.
Okay. So we're all putting Ben White in our center, right center half, right?
Yeah. Why?
Right back.
Yeah, I'll
Right
do that.
back.
Yeah. Just to not have Rob Holding, I'll do Ben White centre back.
Okay. Let me just try to make a visual for you.
What about Ben White?
Are we all ridding Holding? I don't think he's gonna change.
Khalas. Finished.
No, I don't think we can go to the Etihad with Rob Holding in the midfield and expect.
Unless he goes to the Etihad and goes, right, we're not going to play attacking football. We are going to sit back. Not five at the back, we're going to sit back though. Play compact, counter attack. If that's the case, then he'll start Rob Holding, yeah.
But do you think our defense is good enough to, even if we play pragmatic, to
maybe
stop
because
Holding.
let's not forget Holding used to come on for Arsenal to shore things up, so he can do that.
Yes.
He can do
Yeah.
that, you know. And listen, don't forget in the FA Cup run, I think he started the final, right? Did he start against City in the semi-final? I'm not sure. I think it was Mustafi, David Luiz, and it was Tierney. So no, maybe not in the thing, but he started in the final for sure. So look, if we're gonna play that pragmatic approach, sit back and counter attack, I guess you can.
Hey, Holding kept Haaland quiet for 45 minutes in the FA Cup, you know. Don't sleep on Rob. He's got a big game in him.
And then what happens?
He's got a big game in him.
He got taken off though. He got taken off. But he's yellow
card though, yeah.
You might do a 45-minute half, and that's it. Might.
Okay, so let me show you the two teams that we have. So this is the first one, right? This is the first one where we have Zinchenko, Gabriel, Ben White, Partey in the back four with Jorginho in DM. Or you're just gonna take Jorginho out. You put Partey back in the midfield. You put Ben White over, and you go with the same team.
See, if we had Tomiyasu here, imagine we had Tomiyasu available now.
If Tomiyasu was available,
if Tomiyasu is available,
so easy, bro.
It's that Sporting Lisbon game, you know, that 20 minutes against Sporting Lisbon, bro.
Killed
Bro,
off.
that could have, and that probably is the portion we're gonna look back at and say changes the whole landscape of the season.
But Tomiyasu ain't there.
No, but this is the thing, guys.
But what if he plays Thomas Partey centre back and Ben White right back?
No,
He's not
It
gonna
might do
play.
something different.
How's that work?
It might do something different, bro.
He's not gonna play Partey.
But this is the thing,
Look,
guys.
even if we put White against Haaland, it's still a mismatch. Saliba is the only guy that can go pound for Haaland, and even that's it's a tough battle. But
Look.
White or Holding were struggling in the back.
Now, but look, you see, I hear what everyone's saying, but if we look back at the last 3 games, yeah, like whether Rob was, I don't think Rob was the reason why we drew these 3 games, though. I believe at Anfield, if Arteta takes off Zinchenko 65th minute for Tierney, we see that game out. If Partey doesn't do that stupid flick against Declan Rice, we see that game out. If Ramsdale doesn't do the madness after 28 seconds, we get 3 points in all them games. So I'm not ready to make Rob the scapegoat here. He's not the guy for me.
I agree.
I don't think it's a scapegoat, but it's very visible. Our build-up play and our defending.
It's clear. It's clear that Saliba is the
missed.
one that we need. Of course, he's so important in the build-up, and he's able to at least have options, even passing it to Ben White, who gets it to Xhaka. Obviously, that system is not functioning.
What about this? I put Trossard in the team, and a lot of people in the comments are saying, why is Jesus not in the team?
We've actually not won without Trossard since he's come out of the team. We've not won a single game.
It's not a coincidence. And when he comes off the bench, you can see the impact that he is.
He's got to start regardless, though.
Jesus is a better player, but I think Trossard's just more efficient. And a game like this, you need efficiency.
Agreed.
I just killed one goal. There you go. And he scored at the Etihad before as well, or scored against Man City. So listen, I think he can turn up in this game.
And the fluidity of this front 3 is very dangerous. I know the Jesus one is also dangerous, but you're right. I agree with everyone here. And I think this is probably the best chance we have, this team right here.
I don't know. I just think Jesus will have a chip on his shoulder. Going back to the Etihad, like, you lot didn't believe in me. I'm going to shoot up this stadium like I'm supposed to. You get me? Can
you put it back up?
You want me to put it back up? Yeah.
I'm trying to see something.
There you go.
Trying to do some tactics, yeah?
Yeah, I'm trying to see something.
What pissed you off, the Jorginho part?
Yeah. Because it's only one or the other that starts. Jorginho and Xhaka are not both starting on that pitch.
Okay, so then in that
I hear
case,
that.
in that case, we have to stick with the same team. Nothing changes.
Yeah, because
But
Ben
let's
White
not
against
forget also,
Ireland is the same.
Party's dropped off on the ball in the last game as well. You can't just put him in the middle and expect him to perform to just high levels.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm thinking Jorginho might be more reliable. Just because he on the ball, I think he is a bit more reliable than Partey. And in a game like this, as I was saying, we can't make mistakes. And in the past 2 games, Partey's made a few errors, right? But yeah, man, either way, right, it's just not Saliba. So we're just gonna have to hope for the best.
Yeah. You know what? I think this is where we're gonna have to now put our show our cards, because people in the chat, let me know what you guys are saying, because we've spoken about many different tactics, many different ways that we can approach this game, but give me your heart and head analysis of what you think can happen and how we can get this result, because
That 11 is making me itch.
yeah, and we could spend another 15 minutes talking about other stuff, but the reality is we know what we're gonna have to do. We know how we're gonna have to go into this game. Personally, for me, my approach is I think we're gonna have to outscore them. I don't think it's gonna be a defensive game. That's the
No,
mentality.
it will never be a defensive game. We're both we're both attacking teams that want to get into the final third and get a goal. We're
People
not the
saying
team
go
that
toe to
sits back.
toe. Do you guys agree with
We'll
going toe to
lose,
toe
we'll
and
lose.
try to face them up, man for man? And
We have to. We can't just sit back. We can't.
Pick your moments. Don't let them blow you out of the water.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
such a delicate line with it, because we can't just sit back against C, because there's a chance
Yeah, we
that
can't.
they'll
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like pummel us and it'll be 3-0 before we know it. So we got a kind of the perfect game to look back at is that game last season at the Emirates where we dominated them. We took them to town in that game, and we didn't have the team that we have right now. We didn't have the mentality we have right now. Obviously, we lost to a dubious penalty and a last minute goal by Rodri, but that was the game where I thought we can actually go toe to toe with these boys, as long as we just iron out the mistakes, them individual errors in the
But
pressure
they
moments.
didn't have a striker. They were playing with a false 9, and they've got Haaland.
I just want to
Yeah.
show you guys. I just
We
want to
didn't
show
have
you guys the team that we went with.
yeah, we still don't have Saliba. Still,
That's the funny. We can't even get a draw against them. Look at all our last games. It's always
This was the
defeats.
1-0.
Yeah, but prior to the season, most of our teams have just been poor against.
This
them.
was
But just,
what
I mean,
was this? A couple years ago, Mikel Arteta's
Sterling.
team
Oh, this was COVID times, yeah.
1-0 loss.
Yeah, look
right?
at that front three, bro. Look at Bellerin and Ceballos, man. Come on, you think you're gonna
Yeah.
beat Man City like that?
And then and then just the last time we played them,
We've
last
had
time we
some
played them at
teams,
their
man.
ground.
Hey,
the
we've
But again,
5-0.
look at the back three: Kalashnak, Chambers. Come on, this is not the same team.
No,
So it's not. There's no Etihad curse, right? This is just we go with poor teams and a poor team loses. Just simple as.
It's not like Anfield, you're saying.
No. This is a lot more. Look at the quality of team that we're going with this year. No matter what we have with Saliba or not, we've still got a far higher quality of team. It'll be competitive, and also just got to edge it somewhere.
Do you see have Ake injured against us?
Yeah,
It looks
Ake's
like it,
out.
yeah.
Ake's
See,
out.
look, there we go.
Yeah, if it's Laporte against Saka, then
Laporte against that. We got our wide forwards are as good as it is. You know what I mean? Anyways,
Yeah.
maximize as much as possible. And look, let's not let City. You can't be beaten defensively. We saw it against Bayern. They made chances and missed them. Leicester as well in the second half made chances. So got to try to win this game, not try to go and not lose the game.
Take the chances.
And
man.
you know what?
Take-
They did have a stacked bench for Sheffield United, so their players are fully fit and ready to go. But don't forget, we haven't played since Southampton, so we should be fully fit and ready to go also.
Yeah, we're unbeaten. Don't watch.
I'm looking at our recent.
no, that's the worst thing. It feels like defeats.
Yeah, we have.
We're
They feel like
unbeaten 11 or something.
Since the City game, we've not lost the game, bro. So it's
No.
not,
and we're still top of the league. Don't forget that. Like this
Yeah,
whole
that's-
mentality-
It is
this
still in
whole
our hands, isn't it? That's the
Yeah.
people are
thing.
talking about us like we've already conceded the first place. Like we're City already above us. The way people are talking about us.
The
But
way
if you
people
ask-
slander Arsenal is as if we're not in the top 4 right now.
like
Yeah.
it's mad. If you could ask anybody, any other team, if they could be going into the City game, 6 games to go, 4 points clear of them, with a chance to win the league, everybody will snatch that. That's why we got to look at this City game individually. You winner takes all. Ferguson talked about that. I just need to beat the previous champions away from home. That gets you the league title. Every single one on this panel would have taken that opportunity at the start of the season.
And you know what? The problem is the level of confidence that you can have in your team is considered delusion at this point. People, there's no in between. There's no in between having confidence and being and being called delusional. Everyone. We live in a polarized world where you're either extremely negative if you criticize, that would happen to you earlier. It happened to you earlier.
But Igali, this game might decide who wins the PFA Player of the Year. If Xhaka goes there, turns up, we win the game and we win the league, that might be one of them ones where that might be the decider for him winning the Premier League Player of the Year. But if Haaland plays against us, scores a hat trick,
Haaland's probably gonna win it because
think about it, bro. The players vote for it. Who's the players gonna vote for?
Haaland.
Saka would need a hat trick and a Premier League title.
It's not about like hat trick, bro. I'm telling you, people just will vote Haaland because Saka's more of an underlying. You see it, you don't see it. About Haaland just scores goals. People say, "Go Haaland, done."
My guy here, you missed it. We literally just spoke about the lineup. So we would play Trossard up top, we'd play Partey right back, and we play Jorginho in midfield. Everything.
What, Jesus completely dropped? Is that?
Yeah,
he won't drop him, but maybe. I think he'll keep Trossard for the bench, like a game changer.
Yeah,
you don't think he'll start him?
No,
unfortunately, I don't think
he won't drop Jesus.
He won't.
Especially at the Etihad.
We need if we're gonna be cautious and not play our style of football. If Rams is gonna go long, Trossard's not winning no balls against Diaz.
Trossard's he's a player you bring on when you're attacking the team and they've got him pinned back like the other day against Southampton. If you're trying to counter attack, he's not got that explosive pace like a Jesus.
Yeah,
and he's a better sub off the bench than Jesus for
exactly.
as well.
But the thing is, Trossard is a lot more clinical than.
Yeah, but he don't get himself into positions either. That's why he's only scored one goal.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah,
true. But at least he gets himself in a position to create.
No, so does Jesus. He's got 5 assists.
True. Okay.
Jesus, for some reason, he just loves eating grass of late. He loves being on the floor, munching the grass. I don't understand, bro. Stay on your feet. Stop trying to win penalties with dives, bro.
Oh, he's not clinical. That's the problem with Jesus. The chances that Jesus has, if Trossard had them same kind of chances, Trossard will score.
If Martinelli had them chances.
Martinelli's the one. That's the one. You need to get our most clinical attackers, which is Martinelli and Xhaka, into those positions. Because those guys score goals, they don't miss big chances.
Yeah, but with Trossard, we've been scoring 3-4 goals. We haven't done that with Jesus yet.
I don't think the attack's the issue, bro. No, we have. We scored 3 the other day.
The attack's not the issue. Yeah.
I know.
The attack, it's a defense, bro. It's a defense. Even against it's the West Ham 2 goals, Liverpool 2 goals. Yeah, I mean, we've been scoring goals for fun. It's just the defense.
And you want to know something? Every time we've been injured this season, we've been able to cope with it. It's these 2 injuries are the worst right now.
Saliba's the one. I think people now realize how important centre backs are to our test system.
Isn't that like an Arsenal thing? Every time it's always happened all our Arsenal lives. When it's like when we need these players to turn up. Tomiyasu, we haven't needed him all season. Then when we need him, he's not available. It's like that. I think it's Arsenal DNA when a player, he's always complaining, I'm not playing.
It's not DNA. It's not DNA. It's a lack of preparation. But Babs, you're going to say something before?
No.
Nah, but what I'm going to say, I'm going to take you, but I'm a bit older. I remember what happened in 98. We lost the likes of Bergkamp. We lost Ian Wright. And certain other players stepped up. This is your moment. Rob Holding, this is your moment right here, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Just step up and do the thing. Give us that FA Cup final performance you did on Diego Costa. We need that, Rob. Even if you don't play for Arsenal again after that game, my guy, I don't care. Put your heart on the line on Wednesday night. Winner takes all. Let's go.
Yeah. Facts.
And I don't know if you guys are on Twitter and seen Arsenal Mo's thing, the diagram that he posted of where we were in the league table with before Saliba got injured and where we are now. It just goes to show. Like, I think it's the 2 wins and the 3 draws. We picked up 9 points in what is that, 5 games, which is like 19th in the league or something like that. Mad.
All it says is that it's just a shame that we've missed a quality player, and the difference between our squad depth at the minute compared to our quality player. There's a big dip at the moment. But at the same time, as it's been said, we need to step up. This is your time to show what you can do. I'm going to say this. Holding is going to start, whether we like it or not. I feel like Arteta's, he has to trust someone, and he's the most senior player that we've got in the back right now. So we've just got to go in and just smash it.
Yeah, I know, but this is against the greatest side of all time, Man City.
So Dawood, what's your prediction then? because we're gonna wrap it up with the predictions. What are you saying?
I said 3-1 to Man City. That's what my head's telling me. But
Okay,
my
we
heart, 3-1 to Arsenal.
Sam, what are you saying?
I can't do this,
That
man.
laugh, that
Oh God. I'm gonna just say my heart is telling me that it's gonna be 3-1 as well. But my head is telling me that it's gonna be a 2-2 draw.
Okay.
It's gonna be
Okay.
a tough game. It's gonna be a good game. But yeah.
Conley, what about you? What are you saying? And how are we gonna get it?
Boy, why did you have to add that extra bit in there for me? To be honest, I strongly believe we're not losing that game. I actually currently have a bet with Daps that Arsenal are not losing that game at the Etihad, £50 bet. So I'll be smiling or crying at the end of
You might
that
as well
game.
transfer it to him now.
I
No, but I
believe, my
definitely
brother, believe.
1% faith, man.
So do you know what? I'm
It's
agreeing
crazy.
with Sam.
Dawood, you're the most positive guy. This happens to you.
I can
Bro,
see a
I'm broken.
2-2. But boy, if a little cheeky 2-1 happens, it will all happen from us taking the lead and maybe going 2-0 up. And instead of taking our foot off the gas, just going all in. Maybe keep the intensity. Maybe concede late so we have a squeaky bum time for the last 10 minutes. But that's how it would be done. But I think 2-2. That's like Sam said, to be honest.
Question, Iga, if Ake plays, could you use to your advantage? I know Ake is going to be out. Definitely would be to our advantage. He's been great for them, but I don't. Regardless, I don't think it impacts them too much because they have 7 center backs that they could play. Babs, what are you saying, man? Predictions, and also just maybe break down how do you think the game might go?
I'll tell you what, right? Arsenal do this thing with Arteta where we do things in 3. So if we lose a game, drop points. It's always 3 in a row.
Do you know what?
And the
I
three-
was actually gonna say this earlier.
And the 3's done now, thankfully.
Yeah.
And this moment does remind me just a little bit of last season. We had 3, Southampton, Brighton, Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Then went to Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. No one saw Arsenal winning. It was an easy one for Chelsea. Midweek as well, I should say. And we turned up. And it was a crazy game. It was 4-2 Arsenal. So off that narrative
Guess
only...
scored that.
Yeah. Off that narrative, I'm going to say... As in 3s, we'll score 3 goals and Man City will score 2, so 3-2 Arsenal.
This guy took exactly what I was going to say. That's my exact same scoreline. I said on the terrace earlier, I believe that if we're going to do it, it's going to have to be a high-scoring game because there's not going to be much defending from either side in this game. It's going to be very good attacks, 2 of the best attacks in the league going up against each other. And if we're going to do it, we're going to have to do it 3-2. And we're going to have to go there, score 3 goals. And it cannot be a situation where we score early and we try to defend the lead from the beginning. It has to be a thing where once we score, we have to keep trying to push for more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't try to defend and hold it up. But yeah, big up Babs for jumping on, bro. Really do appreciate it. I know you're a busy guy today. Conley's got his video coming up on One Touch TV later. Dawood, big up to you, bro. Everyone go check out Dawood's TikToks. It's Dawood. And Sam, hope you're doing well. And make sure if anything's coming up on Gold Diggers, make sure you also do check it out. The link is in the description to everyone's content. I'm out of here, guys. You guys have yourself a wonderful day. And big up everyone in the comment section. Unfortunately, we couldn't get to all your comments, but we're going to be back tomorrow with a match preview with Dabs and Nobbins. But have a good one, guys. We're out of here.